sean todos ustedes bienvenidos a una entrevista más. El día de hoy no estoy en mi set habitual, estoy cenando, así que aquí un café por todos ustedes. Y el día de hoy tengo el gran placer de compartir micrófonos una vez más con uno de mis grandes héroes musicales en la vida, el buen Johnny Indovina de Human Drama. Como ustedes sabrán, Human Drama lanzó un nuevo disco titulado Blurred Images el año pasado y además está por dar un concierto aquí en la Ciudad de México, Trilogy, donde interpretará 3 discos. Y ¿para qué sigo platicando más al respecto? Mejor les doy el micrófono a Johnny Indovina. Johnny, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Nice to be back with you.
Thank you very much for taking my call once again. And Johnny, the last time we spoke, I remember that you just released One More Time Around the Lake and King of Kings. And you mentioned that it wasn't in your plans to have a full-length album. But then the pandemic happened and suddenly we have a new Human Drama album. What made you change your mind?
Well, it's change. And the longer I started writing the songs that became the singles, the more I knew I had a really strong concept that would make a great album. So plans, you can't know when it's going to happen, but it did. And I'm so proud of Blurred Images.
Yeah, and I think it's a really great album. We already talked about some of the singles, but now I want to talk about some of the new songs included here, and if we could go deeper into the story behind them. First of all, I wanted to ask you about Let the Memories Live Here. I think it's one of the best songs in the album, and I would love to hear about it.
Wow. As I was going along writing the songs for the album, and as the story started coming together, I wanted to have a moment when I addressed the effect that the years 1992 to 1996, living in New York with my wife at the time, the effect that it had on me. I to address it in a way that I comprehend why I feel as I feel. And as much as I can't get rid of it, I need to find a spot to keep it, because I can't keep it inside my heart every day of my life. So Let the Memories Live Here is me putting the metaphorical photos in my mind into a photo album, knowing that when I shut the top, they can just stay right there. So that is kind of the story of what I was trying to accomplish with Let the Memories Live Here. And let me just say one more thing about it. It is, it might be the best song on the album. February 10th is, I always say, is my favorite song on the album, but Let the Memories Live Here is the best song on the album.
And it's so curious that you mentioned also February 10th, because the next song I wanted to talk about was that one.
Yeah, February 10th. I'll tell you, it is the only fictional song on the album.
Okay.
Everything else is very, very real and very specific. But the album needed to have an ending. And I've had trouble in the past with finding my endings. And the reason that I couldn't give the story a real ending is that I'm still here. And I'm no longer with the person that I was with from 92 to 96. That's been away from me for a while. So I had to make up a pretend scenario of these two people meeting many, many years after everything was over. And the reason I picked February 10th is because if you look closely at my hand,
Okay.
You can see 3 little tattoos.
Yeah.
And I've never studied this before. The first tattoo I got on February 10th of 1992. And our promise was that no matter what goes on in life, on February 10th, we meet back at the swings in New York in Central Park.
Wow.
That was the plan. So there's a lot of real aspects to it, but never did actually happen. And in the song, I couldn't let the meeting happen. I was waiting, but it never happened. Not that you know of in the song. So it was quite a piece. I wanted to have a song that had the vibe of Lou Reed's Berlin album. That was the vibe for my ending. And I spoke with Mark Balderas, and I told him I had started to write said, well, I just sent you a piece of music I was working on. So I said, great, I'll listen to it when I get home. And as soon as I listened to it, that was it. I went, it's perfect. And I did some editing to fit the words. And then I sent it back to him and I go, here is our song. Now let's record it. It was a beautiful experience. And I don't like about our band. You know, we do what we do and people like it or they don't. But I am so proud of the ending that we found for this album. I'm so proud of it. Very.
Did you like the idea about and the process about composing on a what if situation, and would you like to repeat it after that?
Yeah, I really did enjoy it. I know this might translate well. I had a lot of material. All those
Sure.
those pictures that I had to put to sleep or put away on the memories live here are all in here. So I had a lot of material to make up a story with. I had some very, very real material to write a song that says, what if? What if?
Maybe what if could be the name of the next album. Who knows?
Who knows? I can't. I don't know. Who knows?
I'm going to ask you something because I got really curious about the other tattoos. What does the other 2 hearts mean?
Those were done on February 10th, 2 years, and then they stop.
Okay, let's leave it here there.
That's the part of the story. Part of the story.
Nice, Johnny. Another thing I wanted to ask about the album. Well, the last record was released through Fonarte Latino, and now this one is released through Sunset Boulevard Records. And I wanted to know about this change of label.
Well, yeah, I mean, they still distributes it for us in Mexico. So we are still working with Fonarte. So sorry, I'm having trouble saying it. But we had not been labeled in the United States for a few years. So it was really nice when the guys who run Sunset Boulevard spoke with us and felt really good about releasing our new material. And what really got them excited was the documentary. They were so curious as to what was going on with this band in Mexico. And that's why they wanted to release a bonus disc of the music from the film. So they came to us, and Len Fico, I know for 30 years in the business, and this is our first time working together. Great man. They run a great label, both him and Eric. And as you know, we got to be #1 on 2 Amazon charts this year. And that is amazing. Just amazing.
Yeah, man, congratulations about that. And
thank you.
And it's cool that you also mentioned about the documentary 7 Days in Mexico, because I wanted to also ask you about it. I want to move forward to it, and I want to know about the post-production process that the documentary went through, and if you had any favorite memories of the shooting behind it. I know that when you came to Mexico all that week, it was on your mind to perform this documentary, but also if you had some nostalgic scenes that really hit hard on you.
And I'll mention a couple of them. Returning back to Espacio Contórico
Yep.
at UNAM, back after really nice experience for me. Giving the lecture that I gave again at UNAM, when I talk about what my what it's like being a musician that isn't a million selling, a musician that's not U2, you know, and still keeping it alive and making a catalog. And then the final night at Cafe Bizarro, when I got there, and there were so many people had heard that I was in town, and by that point they knew that I was probably going to be coming to the cafe, and it was beautiful seeing so many people and being up close, being very close with them, reach out and touch them and say hello and give hugs. Then people, those are the big memories of it. Jean Blaylock, the documentary is entirely his idea. It was his idea, it was not my idea. All the credit for taking the time to come up with the thing. He filmed me there, just whatever doing, that it could possibly be a story. So the story by Gene, he gets 100% credit.
Johnny, one last question about 7 Days in Mexico. I know it's in streaming platforms, but I'm a nostalgic guy and I love to have my media on physical. So I wanted to ask you if you consider to release it on DVD or Blu-ray soon.
I think if there were more people like you who wanted to own the things that they're curious about music, have already been released on, people have gotten very everything on Amazon, Prime, Apple, you know, iTunes, whatever. So there's a demand for it to be physical anymore, and I don't like that. I have never been embarrassed to say that people to own my stuff if they like my stuff. I don't like streaming at all.
Okay.
So I don't think that the new culture of how people get music and movies will allow it to ever exist in physical form. I'm not sure, but that would be my thinking on it.
Yeah, I am. I totally agree with the problem with culture right now, and it's became an easy consume all the time about film and music. But Johnny, I want to move forward because you also are going to come here to Mexico City once again, but this time is going to be a very special night, the Trilogy Concert. First thing I want to ask you about the Trilogy Concert is, sadly, because of the pandemic, it has been postponed several times, even changed the venue.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you if you're still hype about it. How do you feel that it's finally coming, this concert?
Well, again, we never really know because of the state of the world, but we believe it's going to happen. We believe we are all is in a better position. Believe we will be there on the 25th at the Metropolitan. So, but watching tonight at a very good time, because we are very, very made a lot of progress in our rehearsal now. Our rehearsals for pinups and for cause and effect. And as soon as I get back, I'm going to New Orleans in a couple of days. As soon as I get back, start The World Inside. We are really loving the work. Like pinups was, wow, that was a long time ago. We haven't played those songs too much. So we are really we're having great momentum right now, great energy within the band, because we are sounding like human drama.
I'm just got over hype about it because I also wanted to ask you about the records themselves. First of all, I have here with me Cause and Effect. It's one of my favorite albums by
Yes.
Human Drama. First thing I wanted to ask you, because my girlfriend also had the same doubt. Who made the cover art? Do you remember who painted this?
I should remember his name, but the moment, and I'm so sorry. I saw some of his paintings and I knew right was the cover. Ken, I believe his name is. It's in Ken Mayton, maybe
Okay.
wrong, but as soon as I saw it, it was a beautiful watercolor, and I knew that was going to be the cover.
And you also recorded some parts of Cause and Effect here in Mexico City. Any memories from that time that will you like to share?
Well, we had some songs that were unfinished. In fact, that album was recorded in New York, Mexico City, and California, 3 different places. And we had one song in particular called Look at Me Now. And it was unfinished. It wasn't quite there. And I went into the studio with a fellow named Jorge Esteban, and we brought in a B3 player and an amazing guitarist. Again, I been a long time to say their names, but they're in and we went down to a very old studio down in the district, the federal, and that's where we finished Look at Me Now. We finished, I believe, Cynthia's Journal there. Might be another one that I'm forgetting that we finished in Mexico City. I'm so sorry. It's been many, many years, but yeah, so yeah. So that was recorded. Quiet Desperation was finished, recorded and finished. That 100% all New York, you know. I was living in New York at the time that I decided to make the album. And I'm surprised that the album was so the Mexican audience. I was very surprised because it was quite a for us from, say, Solemn Sun Setting.
Yeah,
it was a nice but I think our audience, the people that listen to Human Drama, know do the same thing twice. So thanks, Mexico.
Yeah, and that's the great thing about Human Drama. Every album is different, and
everyone.
And I want to talk about Pinups too, which is your cover album, and wanted to know about which one of these is your favorite, because, for example, I love the version you made for Wish You Were Here, and All My Love is one of my favorite too, but which one is your favorite? And also that you've been rehearsing them right now, and which has been a surprise for you to revisit.
I don't think that there is a surprise, but I will tell you that Love Will Tear Us Apart, I could not have done my version any better. That was a great accomplishment for us in the studio. It was a very difficult song to make our own, but I had a strong idea that I collaborated with Rita D'Albert, our flautist and guitarist in the band at that time. And I remember the night we were imagining it at our apartment. And we knew when we finished our little, playing, just sitting on the couch playing, knew it spoke very differently than Joy Division, but had the same power that Joy Division's has. So that'll always be what I think is the number one. The one surprise during rehearsals is we are doing the most amazing version of the Carpet Crawlers.
Oh my God.
Oh man, I am enjoying singing that. It's so different and it's so great. And we are having a wonderful, it keeps getting better and better, because at first it was terrible. And then we got it okay. Then we got it pretty good. And then it was really good. The other night, I mean, it's a really special song for me. And I think now for the whole band.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure of it, and I can't wait to hear it here in Mexico. And Johnny, I want to move to the end of the interview because, last time we spoke, we also talked about football. I know how much you love football, but last time, Drew Brees haven't retired yet from the Saints, and now he has retired. And I wanted to know if you already miss him from the team, and if you could maybe share something about the legacy that he left on the team for you.
The best player in Saints history. He gave our team a different culture, I believe. People followed him. He was a great leader. We're going to miss that. We're going to have a couple of difficult seasons. And for the fans of New Orleans, the people in New Orleans, that means so much to us. It's a part of our life. And I hope that Jameis Winston, Alvin Kamara, Michael Smith can get it together with our new coach, Dennis Allen, and that we can once again get back to being one of the most scary teams in the NFL. So you never know, but as a Saints fan, you always are hopeful. You always have great hope. I think Jameis Winston has the best chance right now. We will see. We will see how it works.
Well, Johnny, thank you very much for the interview. I wanted to ask you for one last favor. If you could send a greeting and an invitation to all the audience here at Pólvora. First of all, to listen to the new Human Drama album, and also to invite them to the concert.
All of our fans in Mexico, do your best to get to our Trilogy concert. It's going to be what I believe the most special show that Human Drama has ever done. And I say that with confidence. And I hope everyone will not only get their ticket, but tell your friends who might not have heard of Human Drama or maybe have never been to a concert that this is going to be a night that they will all remember. And since the pandemic stopped us from being able to do a tour for Blurred Images, hopefully down the line, you'll get to come see us again, the new album. But 25th, Teatro Metropólitan, one of the most beautiful historic theaters in Mexico City. Human Drama will be there doing cause and effect and our world inside. We really want to see you.